So this session is about using the tabletop simulator. It's going to
Yes.
be, I think Shyam is going to take the control, and he's right now not in India. You're in which part of Germany?
Munich.
Munich. Awesome. So we have Girish, we have Mangesh, and we have one guy who's cross-dressing every 5 minutes. Uh, that's Arvind, and it's me, Palgun. So let's start, Sham. Go ahead.
Okay, so before diving into tabletop, I wanted to also cover a couple of tools that would be necessary for it. Necessary or would help facilitate it. So one's not really a tool. I think a lot of you are familiar with IMGUR, but you're probably going to need something like this. Basically, you need a way for image files to be accessible on the internet. So that's one thing we're going to be using. So that's what I have up here. It's just a simple account creation. And so that's one thing we'll be using. And then Falcon, I don't know if you recollect, the day before I asked you about NANDECK. And I know a lot of people in our group have used NANDECK because I think folks have mentioned that they have before. It's not strictly speaking essential. It's something that I use because it helps me a lot with TTS. And this is something that we're going to need to use for cards. Sold through the Steam platform.
Okay.
And there are two that you can use. So there's Tabletop Simulator, which you have to buy through Steam, and it's often on sale. So I don't know what it's priced at in India because I think they price it differently in the store everywhere.
Yeah.
In
Yeah.
the
It's very
US
cheap in India.
Oh, okay. Awesome.
Oh yeah, how much is it?
It's like 565 rupees right now.
Okay.
And if you buy 4-pack, it will be like 1179. So 4 people can share it. Like they give 4 copies for 1200 rupees. So it's like even
good.
cheap. And
That's
and there
really
will
cheap.
be
That's a great deal.
yeah. And there will be a sale in a month. So end of the May will be a sale where you can buy it for even 50%. Like so.
Nice.
To give you an idea of what a good modded content looks like, because what I'm going to show you in the tutorial is not going to come even close to this. Let me show you what the PAX Premiere unofficial version looks like. Right, so this is not for sale. This is available for free for anyone who has the URL.
Yes.
And this is what the game looks like. Right, so I don't know if y'all have played this game before, but essentially you have a board, you have your play area. You can interact with like you normally would. So this is me. I can interact with my stuff. And then one cool thing which I wanted to show you on this, which is something that I'm learning but I don't know yet how to do, is scripting inside TCS. Right? So, for example, PAX Premiere has a lot of deck shuffling before you can even set up the game. They have different card counts for 2, 3, and 4 players and so on. So, for example, the person who modded this created this set of scripts. So I can just click 3-player setup. It will do all of the necessary shuffling. And there's a specific card count, so they have to take a certain number of each cards and so on.
That's brilliant.
And then there's a huge section of the game where you have to place these blocks at various places on the board. And then what you could do is if you want to reset the blocks, which happens at certain stages, you can click this, do reset, and it sends it back. Right?
Okay.
And this is with scripting?
This was done with scripting, and it's not very complicated scripting. I don't believe it's just for the sake of simplicity.
Right.
And this is actually, in a way, something that you can do even better than in an actual tabletop game, because tabletop games are great, and I don't think they'll go away. But this is definitely an ease of setup. Finding other players to play, setting up easily, resetting a game, and so on is much easier in a digital version.
Brilliant. I love it. Okay.
Okay. So this is what a good mod looks like, to give you an idea. And
there was an AI opponent mentioned on the top left.
So this AI opponent is kind of like the Scythe Automa. So it's not really an AI, it's a structured AI. So you read a set of rules and you say, this is how I need to go about it.
If you have 3D objects, do they sleep on each other and stuff?
Yeah, so it's got physics in there. So for example, if I did this and then if I put this, it should, yeah, you see how it falls? Like,
very cool.
So there's gravity and, so for example, Falcon, if you were to put Yudhbhumi pieces in here, it will follow the concepts of physics. So
So that throw the dice to know if the soldiers will work.
Yeah, I can show you my favorite feature of this simulator.
Oh, are you serious? Oh my goodness.
Rage
Yeah.
quit.
But you can always kind of undo your last action.
The
So
best
there's a
way
way
to,
for people to make an
unfriend somebody.
impactful statement by flipping the table, but then you can actually go back to where stuff is. From my perspective, what I have been using it for is a way to work remotely and just to do iterative testing. Because both of the people who I'm working with are in the States and in different locations. So
Okay.
we need this to work remotely, but also it's really helpful to do iterative development. You
Okay.
make a few changes, plug them in, then directly talk to some playtesters, get them to test it, see what they think of it. Yes, no, keep it, remove it, and then move on.
Nice.
It's much easier than just repeatedly printing stuff. And
No.
we were at the stage where I've uploaded all of my templates.
Okay.
So basically, what this gives me is I can get a URL, right? So I have
Nice.
a link such that such that ETS can pull this file for me.
Okay.
Everyone good so far?
Yes.
Yeah.
Good. Now we'll re-add the custom board. Good. Boom. So no glitchy. Now we have a board. Simple enough. And I think boards are locked by default.
This
I could unlock it and
is
move it around.
mind blowing.
So
Next
can
we're
we
gonna
actually
do
snap cards onto the thingies that you have over there? The slots?
here.
Yeah.
Potentially, yes. I'll show you. So in mine, it's not coded because I haven't taken the effort to. But in Pax Premier, which I showed you earlier, they actually have certain grid locks. So for example, if you try to put a card slightly outside the box, it'll automatically snap to the box. So it's very
Wow.
user friendly that way. So next thing we're going to do is a custom deck. Let me go. Let's add our passengers. So this is the face of the card. This is going to be the front. Right, so this comes into face 10 by 5.
10 by 5.
10 by 5. Okay, so these sliders are
Oh, okay.
10, 5, 50.
Brilliant.
This one, so this back is hidden section.
Okay.
I tend to use it a lot because I find it easier. Basically, one way you can prepare your template, and you might do this when you send cards for print, I don't know, is on your card template, you can say all the card except the last one on the front, and then the very last card is the back. That's one thing you can do. It's just harder for me to generate templates that way. So I like to have the file separate. So I have a separate file for the back and a separate file for the
That's
front.
easier. Yeah.
And then when I do back is hidden, what this is going to do is it's going to assign the
Just
back.
to hide the last.
Okay.
Let's try this.
UI can be worked on a lot over here actually. All right.
Okay, so I think I messed up the orientation, but it's fine. Yeah, I messed up. So I have the image files, but anyway, I basically messed up the orientation. Essentially, though, you see how it creates the deck without a problem. Right? And you can resize it to whatever you want, right? So I'm pressing the minus key right now, and you see how this deck is
Oh, very cool.
ridiculously small, big, whatever, right?
Mm.
This is the kind of stuff you cannot really do with physical prototypes.
Right.
So I can make it to a point where it fits what I need. So for example, this fits perfectly on what I need.
Nice.
But, and even to your point, this is where I would eventually build in a grid lock so that it would automatically just lock. Right? And then to the earlier question around duplicated cards, right? So for example, I have a deck of 50 unique cards. But let's say, Falcon, you're working on Youth Boomi and you have this one card that you need to copy 5 times.
Mm.
You could just do this and
Oh, wow.
there's any of them that you want, right? Then you can add them all.
Oh, nice. Okay.
And they'll kind of just snap back to the deck.
That's very convenient.
At any stage, I could go into workshop upload, and this is where you would get a workshop ID. So once you do all of this work, you basically save it, and it gives you a workshop ID. And that's a number that you can, of course, share with others, but it is not publicly available on the Steam store.
So you can actually...
Could you show me how to use dice on this?
Dice? Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Components. dice.
Wow.
And then you have all the
Cool.
options, leaf,
Wait,
blah, 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 blah.
can you please go to the middle thing?
Oh my goodness.
Oh,
That is
middle
crazy.
D20. Please show me how that rolls.
It's and you can make this we can make this a huge dice. If you
Holy mother of God, are you serious?
And then just right click roll. But if you want to be more impactful, you could just pick it up and give it a little twirl. And yeah, it'll roll.
Brilliant.
You can you can do all sorts of stuff
Oh, you
with
can
it.
rig
You
it,
can
is
change
it? Nice.
bits of it. You can increase these things.
Okay.
You could say don't use gravity, and then crazy stuff will happen if it's flying all over. You could lower the mass, increase the mass, that kind of stuff. Yeah, plenty of cool stuff you can do with this.
Here you see the first folder modding. So here there are like these are the default ones. You
So you
can
can put your own images
your own and
here.
Essentially, you
create a
could build
custom-
whatever you want. It just has to conform
Yes.
to how the
One of
engine
these
translates. Yeah.
yeah. So you can do everything in this actually.
I have a question. How do I actually showcase the rules?
So there
you
is a
could-
notepad in-game notepad also like.
The notebook on top?
There is a you can write it here and it shows like you can write your notes and it saves automatically.
All right.
Also the like if you he had opened the Pax Pamirka thing na, like you have a small chat box that pops up. You can do that also actually.
Okay.
So you just need a
How do you
Wait, you have lighting?
yeah. So yeah, see, now this is a global thing, but if he opens the thing now, it will show. Now you just have to type help in chat to. So this is like how the scripting thing is actually will
Okay.
make your product look more polished and stuff. But this is all Lua scripting, I think.
So how do you
Yeah.
interact with the other players?
You normally get on a Discord call like this
Yes,
to talk, and then everything else you can see in game.
yeah. We all make a group call and
This is brilliant, man.
Yeah.
So when
And
I'm
just to add on to the rules part, as Mangesh said, you can add stuff in here. Or most games have cheat sheets and things like that, so that's normally at one corner of the table. So I think this is what he was talking about.
right,
Yeah, how do you
That way you could. I mean, this is just another component. Like this is a separate board that has
right.
been placed locked to the
we
side
can
of the table.
talk about
While I exit out of this, obviously I must do this.
that?
Oh man, my heart. I can't see those components playing all around. Anyway, fantastic, man.